Hello, I'm Darren, I'm from Movie Reviews 101, and today we're going to talk about The Black Panther, directed by Ryan Coogler and starring Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan and Lupita Nyong'o. I cannot pronounce some of these names. I'm leaving it at just that because there's a whole host of talent in this movie. We'll throw a few pictures here and here and you can see some of the other stars of the movie. So enjoy and see if you can name them, because I cannot pronounce them. The story here follows our lead, T'Challa, as he is going to become the king of Wakanda, and after his father dies in what we saw in Civil War. And he has to go through a ritual thing, which means he can have challenges, and one of these challenges comes from an unlikely person trying to claim their throne. And that's where the story comes from. It's having to see if he can fulfill his destiny to be king against someone who believes they should be. So we're going to jump into some thumbs up, because there's a lot of good things here. I've narrowed it down to just 3. The idea of Wakanda and the technologically advanced area in the middle of like an African area of rainforest that nobody could see is very important for this movie. It is pivotal to every decision that's going on and the leadership decisions that he must make, because they have to look at the idea of whether it could help the world or whether they should keep it to themselves. And this is such a good concept to be looking at, because the argument comes from both the good side and the bad side. So this is really influential, and this could easily move on to where we might end up in future Marvel movies. There is an action sequence in South Korea which has an absolutely amazing fight sequence, a great car chase, and also has a bit of humour in. And this will be one of the moments of the year when it comes to an action sequence. It will be the one you probably remember most in this movie. I loved the camera work that was used inside in the hand-to-hand fight sequence too. And I think we have to give a shout out to the breakout star of this movie, and that is Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri, who's the little sister of our new Black Panther. She gets all the love. She's the gadget girl. She is basically the Q. That might be wrong. I think it's Q in the Bonds. But the one who makes all the gadgets for him to use to make his combat a lot easier. She just gets a lot of laughs. And it's the character you're going to remember most of the scenes she's in than anyone else that she's with. For the thumbs down, yes, we're going to get a bit picky here. They showed the Infinity War trailer before the movie. Now I know Infinity War is coming out and it's bringing everyone together. Fine. The problem with the Infinity War trailer is it takes away any peril that he's facing as the Black Panther in this movie. They make certain moments in the trailer telling us flat out that he's going to be quite a key part in this movie. So you lose the peril in this thing. And another thing that got me was when they're in Wakanda and they're talking to each other, they start talking English and then they talk Wakandese, whatever language they talk in Wakanda, and they bounce between English and that. And if they're all in the same area, they should all be speaking the same language. I can understand it when they're in the real world, but face to face with each other, they should only be speaking one language to each other. And that is very frustrating, because you're 1 minute like, and then you have to start reading what they're saying. Fine, I'll do subtitles the whole way through, or I'll do English all the way through. Make up your mind. And the final thing was, I did feel there were slightly too many characters. And the main reason I say this is because you have to be introduced to all of these characters, apart from the Black Panther himself. We saw this last year with the Thor, Ragnarok. We had met most of the 4 characters. You could get away with a lot more because you knew Thor, Loki, Hulk. So you didn't need to really introduce them, we know them. You have to introduce a few extras on top to be a big cast. This has a very big cast and we know nothing about anyone else in it. And trying to keep up with everything can be a bit frustrating because you feel a couple of characters lose certain moments of impact. There's two very good ones with Okoa and Umwabi. These pronunciations are terrible. The one who is Michonne and Daniel Kahula from Get Out. Those two, there should be a lot more for what's happening with those two. But overall, I do think this is a wonderful addition to the MCU. We have yet another wonderful character to go back and see, and where they've come from and where they could go, and how they could tie into the bigger picture, which is always what we want to see. But on a more personal scale, I don't think this quite reaches the level of last year's MCU movies. I really enjoyed Thor and Spider-Man, and for me it's just below them, but it's above a lot of the others. So I'm only going to give this a 4 out of 5. Yeah, it's good. Everyone should have a lot of fun watching this movie, in all honesty. There is some great sequences, wonderful directing, wonderful performances throughout. And I'm going to say go and see it. But that's going to be all I'm going to say. So let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below. And tell me when you're going to see the Black Panther. And we're out.